here we go. Arminel!
Woo!
Right, now we've already introduced ourselves. So the first number with my writing is the old one too, which is going to be about sport. And the first part is the misery of sport, especially when you're rubbish at it. The second part is the dream of the person who's rubbish at sport, or what they would really, really like to do on the sports field. And the third part, I'm not going to tell you, you're going to learn. So, it's called, you guys ready? Okay, the old 1, 2. Class 5C were playing in the rain. As they kicked and went down, they shouted, calling it a dirty match. Someone got stomped on. With the wind against them, they threw up their arms and yelled, "Penalty!" Being 5C, they were famous. So who were the heroes and what did they stand for? As squaddies, they were on target. As escaped POWs, they hit the ground running. As the team out of hell, they took Route 1. Between runs, they held their sides and scowled. What did they say? Splashing through mud. Ref! Replay! Wrong! Fix! Offside! Foul! Unfair! Mostly, they just floundered. At half-time, changing ends, they dragged their feet as if they'd been wounded. The rain had filled their boots. And their names? Baggy, Mushy, Clever Clerks, Chop Chop, Fidget, Burger, Dodger, Dimple, Bigfoot, Fixer, and Loud. All that summer, the boy at the back had dreamed of being in charge. He'd be this cannonball striker who scored with a high dive, backflip, somersault. Later, he blocked all shots by turning his body into a no-entry sign. He was a comeback kid who wore his armband as bully repellent. Turned Piper, he drew off the other side's defenders. And when he launched his tackles, he became the spade that dug up gold. Afterwards, this legend lived on, nicknamed a long shot, He was in the air, holding the equaliser when the ground came up and hit him. He missed. Nobody cheered. As for Class 5C, when the final whistle blew, they quick marched him to the changing rooms where they all piled in with penalties while grinning madly as if their lives depended upon it. Thank you. So there you have bullying. Yeah, I had lots of it at school. Now this one is also inspired by my school experience, and the main idea in this is when I was a child, I wanted to be seriously ill and taken to hospital so that everybody would feel sorry for me and they'd stop beating me up and my parents would show some love to me. I don't think I'm unique in that, but there are other ideas in this, but it's that kind of fantasy of coming back from a kind of bad situation. So it's called Marking Time. The boy wanted to be remembered. In the story he was telling, he'd fallen from a tree and been taken to hospital in a coma. When he woke, he was wrapped in linen and his parents were standing by his bed. They didn't know what to say. Being hurt made him untouchable. Beneath the sheets, he'd started to glow. He had seen and heard things he shouldn't. His recovery took years. He bore it all bravely. The police arrived with a stretcher to carry him home. During his confinement, he went by the name Delicate. His blue striped pyjamas were prison gear. When he returned to school, his body felt like licorice all sorts inside a tin drum. There were grenades in his fingers and a parachute pull cord connected to his penis. At any moment, he might burst from the classroom and break all records on the field. How would he be remembered? For pimples and spots, chewed down fingernails, hair cut short, letting in gold. In the eyes of everyone, he was ordinary. The boy wanted to be remembered. In the story he was telling, he'd fallen from a tree and been taken to hospital in a coma. When he woke, he was wrapped in linen, and his parents were standing by his bed. They didn't know what to say. want to thank these people. Beautiful music, very emotional. Now, what we're now going to do is Richard is going to take over, and he is going to deliver a piece about his own experience of bullying and recovery. So, Richard, what it's called, What Grew, or Growth? Yeah?
Yeah.
And of course, as you've understood, a lot of what we're doing is very personal, it's confessional, and it's straight from the heart. Okay, you ready? No? Okay. Growth.
Cheers, Paul. What grew? Can I describe it? An obstinacy. Running across paths, roads, through valleys, rivers, up streams, around lands, in canyons. And in a light, it shines through darkness. Sometimes engulfed, almost extinguished, is still there. When 1,000 voices shout against the light and 1,000 hands attempt to snuff it out. I hid in the shadows, played the long game. Came out on a different road, found my voice on a string and a key of my own.
Thank you. Now, Anna, who of course is an artist primarily, and she's incredible. She's so prolific. I could go through so much she's done. But what she's going to do is she's going to talk about her Kitsuki picture, correct?
Yes, that's right.
That's right. Because it relates, of course, to the theme of bullying. And she's going to tell you how she made this picture and what came behind it. And I think it's going to be, again, very revealing.
So I'm hoping that you can all see that it goes anywhere round. This is actually an acrylic pour. An acrylic pour looks like it's fairly easy, but sometimes it can go wrong. So I don't know whether you've heard of the Japanese practice of Kitsuki, which is where you mend broken objects with gold.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I've done with this particular art. This art didn't dry very well. As it dried, it began to crack. And the cracks got bigger and bigger. And I thought, oh, but I really like it. So I thought, what should I do when it's dried? I decided to fix it with gold. And I filled all the cracks with gold. And then I framed it with gold. And now I love this piece. I think it's beautiful. And it reminded me of the way that sometimes cracks can appear in our lives as we get hurt, as we experience the pain of rejection, bullying, discrimination, abuse, hatred towards our differences or our perceived weaknesses. And we crack, we shatter, we sometimes fall apart. But that's never the end of our stories. that's just one chapter in the saga that is our life, and we can heal, and this is what I've done in my life. And the gold that's fixed me in my life, which is obvious in this painting, is the love of true friendship. It is community, it's wholeness, self-compassion, acceptance. All of those things are the gold that fill the gaps in life, and without those, you know, what are we? So this is my symbolic image of all of those beautiful, beautiful things and beautiful people in my life that has helped me to heal. Thank you.